to speak in cyberspace. Why should I trust you? You wound me, but let us speak more freely in the Matrix, and then you may decide whether to trust Samedi. Suddenly, the Baron's flowery speech is gone, and he is all business. Get to a secure jack point. Enter Shadowlands. I will meet you there. Bon voyage. Wait. Yeah, I can't. There's not anything here, so. So. Getting justice for Sam is going to take more effort than it originally appeared. You didn't anticipate his killer being protected by a cult filled with giant unkillable bugs, but she is. And if you're going to get to her, you're going to need to find a way around or through those bugs. After a taste of the belonging that the Universal Brotherhood offered, the sordid surroundings of the Seamstresses Union feel more like home than ever. Ooh. Alright, so we're gonna talk to Cherry Bomb first. Cherry Bomb is swamped with customers, but when she catches a glimpse of you, she gets up on her tiptoes to talk to you over their heads. Hey there, Vaughn, what's going on? Hey Cherry, listen, we need to talk about Shane. Shane, what about him? It's not good, Cherry. Just tell it to me straight, Yvonne. I'm a Baron's girl. Shane's dead. I can't tell you anything else right now. It's too dangerous, but I thought you should know. My God, Shane. She looks at her customers, then down at the bar top for a long moment, before finally composing herself. Thanks for letting me know. Maybe we'll talk later. Oh, hey, Johnny Clean asked me to flag you down the minute he saw you. Said he's got someone who wants to talk to you. He sounded a little freaked out about it. He's waiting for you downstairs. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Let's see if Coyote's got anything to say. Coyote's face is pale and her voice is low, shaky. What the hell was that back there, woman? Just what the frack was that? The Universal Brotherhood is all about belonging to a hive or something. And Sam's sister is their leader? If I didn't see it, there is no way I'd believe it. Giant, unkillable bugs. Fine, whatever. I want that woman dead now more than ever. If you go after her again, you think of me, okay? I'll be around, locked and loaded. Now, John Bartlett. Look. The best, of course. You got it. Look up the Nephilim Network. Oh, I already talked to this guy. The man sizes you up as you approach. His carefully groomed hair and the shine on his shoes seems out of place for the Barons. Hey, you looking for work? I got a little something if you're up for it. It's a milk run. In my experience, it's never a milk run. He grins, exposing a set of unnaturally white teeth. Don't worry, this one is as straightforward as they come. His job's a simple extraction. The people I represent are interested in acquiring the talents of a scientist named Sada. Unfortunately, Mr. Sada is currently engaged with Renraku, which means he's engaged for life. And that doesn't sit well with the people I represent. They see it as a subversive to the free market. So you want me to kidnap him for you? Exactly, but it has to be now. Renraku's shipping Sada out of Seattle in the morning for some sort of overseas research project. Tonight he's being kept at a hidden research facility out here in the Barrens, just a couple of miles from here. I hear they've been bringing in unmarked shipments for weeks now, thinking that nobody notices. We don't care about any of that. We just want Sada before he's out of our reach. The place should be lightly guarded, probably rent-a-cops. Get in, grab Sada, and get out. In exchange, I'm authorized to remit 9,000 nuyen in payment. I'm not, however, authorized to negotiate. I'm in. Let's see the new one. We pay on delivery, friend. That's how it always works. I'll send the lab's location to your PDA. Hire a team and head there right away. Liberate Sada and deliver him to my employers. They'll have a car waiting outside the lab when you're done. Alright. We don't have to do that, like, immediately. Yo, lady, have we met? You look familiar. I meet a lot of people, no problem. You need some brain benders tonight? I got some of that Merc stuff. Freakers, taxi drivers, you know. See what you got. I think this guy's just a drug dealer. Yeah. Well, I mean, drug dealer is such a harsh word. I think I've got something for Van Gross. Hello, stranger. I'm busy right now, so I hope you've got something that's worth my time. How about a list of every politician the Universal Brotherhood has bribed to date? I could certainly find someone interested in that information. We'll take some legwork to verify the veracity of such a list. How about 2,000? This info is about to be worth a lot more in the next few days. And what am I supposed to take your word for it? 2,500. Yeah, that'll work. I wish I had more. Probably gonna need some more cash, but for once, Dr. Castle is not utterly absorbed in her work. In fact, she seems to have set aside whatever she's doing to give you her full attention. Perhaps word has spread about what you've already faced and what is still to come. I'm glad to see you're all right, Yvonne. I was afraid that they'd be carting you back in pieces. Don't suppose it would do me any good to suggest an early retirement, or at the very least that you might delay whatever is coming long enough for you to get a decent night's sleep and a full meal. There are things... see, that's a little white knightish for me. I never knew you cared, Doc. Who said I do? A good cash cow like you only comes around every so often. And you're no good to me, Dad. Oh, but who am I kidding? I know your type all too well. Words of caution have little worth. The words of prohibition only make you more eager to throw yourself into the fire. You're like children that way. So fine. Do what you will. Just tell me what I can do to keep you alive that much longer. So what have you heard, Doc? Well, let's review. In the last few days, I've lost one patient and nearly lost a second. I've also learned that a man claiming to be a fellow doctor was responsible for the first of those deaths. Now I hear that another supposed force for good has been committing heinous acts on innocent men and women. Quite frankly, it's almost enough to make a woman give up on the whole human race. But then I remember why I don't. I remember how many innocent lives Miss Kubota has saved by giving them place and purpose here at the Union. I remember seemingly useless waste of flesh like Paco risking their lives to save the ones they love. I remember that some people are still willing to stand up against those who would seek to do harm to others. And that's the real reason you won't hear me argue against your chosen course of action. Because I agree that it must be done. I only hope that it can be done without any more innocents coming to harm. If I could make that deal, I would. Then do the next best thing, put an end to this. I'd like to wake up in a world short one less evil. Cyberware. Alright, so we got some new stuff. Let's see. Strength and hit points? No. Or did we get new things? I don't know. Yeah. See, there's yeah, I'm still, or not body, but yeah, that's an improvement to the one that I had. So, still thinking about that dermal plating. I mean, +2 armor, +1 body. Oh, that's a new one. Nice. Universal Omnitech Cyberleg. 8 hit points, 1 quickness, and 1 dodge, and you can get 2 of those. So it's pretty expensive, but it's pretty worth it if you're like a gunner. See if we've got any new outfits. High grade street armor, mechanic. What am I wearing? See, 1 intelligence and 1 ESP control. Let's see. One intelligence and 1 decking. Yeah, I think I'll keep that. Lone Star's favorite heavy pistol, the Thunderbolt. You gotta have range combat 6, so we can't get that. So we've got a Browning max power. We could upgrade to a Manhunter. It's a little more damage and more capacity, so let's go on and take that. And we're gonna go back in and sell that. Yeah. Alright, so we're back to 3,300. Alright. The deck that every decker dreams of owning. It's the holy grail of cyber decks. We're shy just a little bit. We're gonna keep those same ESPs. So we could get I wish there was a better suppression. So we've got Blaster 2. I'm doing pretty good in Matrix combat. I will get an upgraded degrade. That's really handy. And get a new erosion. Alright. Come on, Johnny. Talk to me. Johnny is hunched over his desk, idly fiddling with a cyber deck. He seems preoccupied. He looks up when you approach, eyes narrowed. Been making new friends out there? Could be. I just rescued a teenage elf girl from some evil cultists. He shakes his head. I'm not sure I want to know, but that's not what I'm talking about. Someone's been asking about you on Shadowlands. Calls himself Baron Samedi. He has a pretty distinctive icon, skull face with a top hat. I can't tell you what he wants, but the guy seems pretty serious. I wouldn't ignore this if I were you. Deckers have a way of making people's lives miserable if they're so inclined. This Baron character, what do you know about him? I did some checking, but didn't get much because he's new on the scene. He's no Wilson, though. Got a rep as a Drek hot wire boy from what I hear. Never rides along with physical entry teams, though. Purely remote work. Samedi, like the voodoo spirit? Yeah, that's the one. He sits at the crossroads of the living and the dead. Never heard of a spirit in the Matrix before. I've been around a long time and I've seen a lot of avatars running around the tricks. A lot of them. You ask me, it's just some guy trying to look scary to make a name for himself. Think of it as a personal branding. How long has he been looking for me? He's been spamming Shadowlands for the last hour, I'd say. He's new on the scene, but everyone's talking about him. Even the hottest deckers like Dodger are saying he's a force to be reckoned with. I guess he's not the patient type. Maybe later. What's Shadowlands? That's where the Shadow community goes to talk about anything shadowy. Who's planning what projects, who's hiring, which corp is screwing which, anything that affects Shadowrunners and how they make money. It's where I'd go to see if I could pick up any dirt about you. Is there anything about giant magical indestructible bugs? Is that a joke? Nope. What do you mean indestructible? As in, I couldn't kill it. Whatever it is that you've gotten into, Vaughn, you're in it deep. And from what I hear, the Brotherhood has members in high places. Governments, corps, law enforcement. You be careful, chummer. Alright. Okay, you can use my secure jack point. I've already set up a portal to Shadowlands. Feel free to jack in whenever you're ready. So if you're not a decker, I'm not for sure how that works, but we'll take Erosion 3, Medic. Nope. Yeah, I'll take Suppression. Degrade 3. See, if you take multiple copies of like the same thing, I think like you can do like multiple erosions on one, but I'm not sure if they stack, so oh well. Bonjour, mon ami. Samedi is pleased that we can have a private conversation. Everyone on Shadowlands knows you're looking for me. Why the spam? Samedi wishes to thank you for saving Marie-Louise from the Universal Brotherhood. The girl is quite precious. If harm were to come to her, he does not know what he would do. He also offers you his help. The insects you encountered, they are something now. Something dark. To ignore them would be folly. There is much at stake. Samedi knows you are after this woman, Jessica Watts, for your own reasons. He can help you get to this woman and defeat her bugs. I think I'm getting into more than I bargained for. Now, listen, here's Samedi. The job will not be simple, nor will it be straightforward, but Samedi can guarantee it will be dangerous. Telestrian Industries has been working for 2 years on a formula codenamed Aegis. They are working with another corporation, a foreign corporation, to refine it. This is their third attempt to get it right, and they believe they have. Manufacturing began several months ago. Unfortunately, their manufacturing plant in the Columbia Valley has recently blown up. It could have been corporate espionage, or it could have been something else. This is unknown. What is known, that a large sample of the formula survived. What does this have to do with Jessica and the Brotherhood? We want Aegis because it kills bugs, big ones, like the ones you met at the Universal Brotherhood. If you want to go back there and bring the Watts woman to justice, you'll need Aegis. And as it happens, Samedi knows where the last sample of Aegis is being kept. Hence the job at hand. We are going to break into the Telestrian Industries primary operations office complex here in Seattle. Aegis will be somewhere within that building. We will find the Aegis sample and liberate it for ourselves. Why not just let Telestrian take care of it? Sounds like they're already halfway there.